Good morning, motivation team. How y'all doing this morning? First of all, let's thank the Lord that we woke up this morning. Thank you, Lord, for waking us up. Now, go tell your family you love them. Go tell them good morning. Go ahead and invite them in on the video. I hope y'all have a great day today, Wednesday. Let's go ahead and get straight into the verses of the day. And we got Jeremiah 29:11-13. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope in the future. Then you will call on me and come and pray to me, and I will listen to you. God has a future and hope for his people. It is the devil's deception to rob God's people of their sense of his future and hope for them. And even when his people were not in Jerusalem, the reason why they were not in Jerusalem is because they were exiled, meaning they were taken from there and they couldn't perform the actual rituals to praise God. But they still prayed to him, and God still answered their prayers, defining their future. Whatever they prayed for, he'll give them strength to keep going, and he'll give them what they prayed for on down the line. And that's the verse for today. Y'all let me know what y'all got from it. Let me know what y'all took from that. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody got their own meaning. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their own way to look at stuff, their own perspective. That's the word. Perspective. Everybody got their own perspective. You know what I'm saying? And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the book. We are at Matthew chapter 13. And today we talking about parables. Now, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I want to learn these parables. You know what I'm saying? I want to get to learn these parables, and I want to know them. All right, so that same day, Jesus went out the house and sat by the lake. Such large crowds gathered around him that he got into a boat and sat in it, while all the people stood on the shore. Then he told them many things in parables, saying, now, a parable is a story that illustrates one or more intrusive lesson or principle. They have been called earthly stories with heavenly meaning. This is the parable that he has said to them. A farmer went out to sow his seed. As he was scattering the seed, some fell along the path, and the birds came and ate it up. Some fell on rocky places where it did not have much soil. It sprang up quickly because the soil was shallow, but when the sun came up, the plants were scorched, and they withered because they had no root. Other seed fell among thorns, which grew up and choked the plants. Still, other seed fell on good soil, where it produced a crop 100, 60, or 30 times what was sown. Whoever has ears, let them hear. The disciples asked, why are you speaking to the people in parables? And he had said, because the knowledge of the secrets of the kingdom of heaven has been given to you, but not to them. Whoever has will be given more, and they will have an abundance. But whoever does not have, even what they have will be taken from them. This is why I speak to them in parables. So he says, though seeing, they do not see. Though hearing, they do not hear or understand. In them is fulfilled the prophecy of Isaiah. You will be ever hearing, but never understanding. You will be ever seeing, but never perceiving. For this people's heart has been collused. They hardly hear with their ears, and they have closed their eyes. Otherwise, they might see with their eyes, hear with their ears, understand with their hearts, and turn, and I would heal them. All right. So now he begins to explain what that parable meant. What that parable meant. 18-23. Listen then to what the parable of the sower means. When anyone hears the message about the kingdom and does not understand it, the evil one comes and snatches away what was sown in their heart. This is the seed sown along the path. The seed falling on rocky ground refers to someone who hears the word at once, receives it with joy. But since they have no root, they last only a short time. When trouble or persecution comes because of the word, they quickly fall away. The seed falling among the thorns refers to someone who hears the word, but worries of this life and the deceitfulness of wealth choke the word, making it unfruitful. But the seed falling on good soil refers to someone who hears the word and understands it. This is the one who produces a crop yielding 100, 60, or 30 times what was sown. So the parable, it was an encouragement to the disciples. Even though it may seem as if a few respond, God is in control, and the harvest will certainly come. All right, now we verse 24-30. Jesus told them another parable. The kingdom of heaven is like a man who sowed good seed in his field. But while everyone was sleeping, his enemy came and sowed weeds among the wheat and went away. When the wheat sprouted and formed heads, then the weeds also appeared. The owner's servants came to him and said, Sir, didn't you sow good seed in your field? Where then did the weeds come from? An enemy did this, he replied. The servants asked him, Do you want us to go and pull them up? No, because while you are pulling the weeds, you may uproot the wheat with them. Let both grow together until the harvest. At that time, I will tell the harvesters, first collect the weeds and tie them in bundles to be burned. Then gather the wheat and bring it unto my barn. Now, this parable, it describes the work of an enemy who tries to destroy the work of the man who sowed good seed in his field. The enemy wanted to destroy the wheat, but the wise farmer would not let the enemy succeed. All right, so we just read the parable of the weed. Now he's about to explain the parable of the weed. But before he explained it, he had left the crowd and he had went into the house. His disciples had came in and they had asked, "Hey, can you explain to us what you meant by the parable of the weed?" So he said, "The one who sowed the good seeds is the Son of Man. The field is the world, and the good seed stands for the people of the kingdom. The weeds are the people of the evil one, and the enemy who sows them is the devil. The harvest is the end of the age, and the harvesters are angels. As the weeds are pulled up and burned in the fire, so it will be at the end of the age. The Son of Man will send out his angels, and they will weed out of his kingdom everything that causes sin and all who do evil. They will throw them into the blazing furnace where they will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Then the righteous will shine like the sun in the kingdom of their Father. Whoever has ears, let them hear." This parable, it powerfully teaches that it is God's job to divide in judgment. The church cannot do it. It is not the job of the church to weed out those who appear to be Christians but actually are not. So now we go on. Now we're in the parables of the hidden treasures and the pearl. The kingdom of heaven is like treasure in a field. When a man found it, he hid it again, and then in his joy. So now we are into the parable of the hidden treasure and pearl. The kingdom of heaven is like treasure hidden in a field. When a man found it, he hid it again, and then in his joy went and sold all he had and bought that field. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like a merchant looking for fine pearls. When he found one of great value, he went away and sold everything he had and bought it. So Jesus gave everything to redeem the world and to preserve treasure in it and the treasure in his people. Now we're on to the parable of the net. Once again, the kingdom of heaven is like a net that was let down into the lake and caught all kinds of fish. When it was full, the fishermen pulled it up on the shore. Then they sat it down and collected the good fish in baskets, but threw away the bad. This is how it will be at the end of age. The angel will come and separate the wicked from the righteous and throw them into the blazing furnace where there will be weeping and gnashing teeth. And he said, "Have you understand all these things?" And they said, "Yes." So he said, "All right. Therefore, every teacher of the law who has become a disciple in the kingdom of heaven is like the owner of a house, who brings out of his storeroom new treasures as well as old." So the disciples that claim that they understand what Jesus taught, they are now responsible to bring forward their understanding to others as if they were just distributing stuff from a store of their wisdom and understanding. When Jesus had finished these parables, he moved on from there. Coming to his hometown, he began teaching the people in their synagogue, and they were amazed. "Where did this man get this wisdom and these miraculous powers?" they asked. "Isn't this the carpenter's son? Isn't his mother's name Mary? And aren't his brothers James, Joseph, Simon, and Judas? Aren't all his sisters with us? Where then did this man get all these things?" They were looking at Jesus' background and judging where he came from. And then they called him this man. So they weren't welcoming or they weren't friendly at all. So we keep going. But Jesus said to them, "A prophet is not without honor, except in his own town and in his own home." The success and the glory of Jesus seemed only to make them more resentful towards him. And with what Jesus had said about a prophet, when he said a prophet is not without honor except in his own town, in his own home, and in his own home, I think we may think of spiritual people to be a bit more strange than normal people. But the ones that are close to them, close to their spiritual person, see how normal that they are, and they could see them as not so spiritual. So, and I'm gonna redo 58. And he did not do many miracles there because of their lack of faith. And I said it's actually crazy that Jesus was somewhat limited by their unbelief. As long as God chooses to work with humans, developing our ability to partner with him, our unbelief can and may hinder the work of God. It's crazy that where we come from, they don't believe in us, but we can go somewhere else and be so honored. Like it's a lot like that's going on today. It's like where somebody is from, that's where their biggest haters can be at, in their hometown. Cause they know where he from, cause they know who was around, and they were like, did he grow up with this? Did he grow up with that? That's where I'm gonna end it off at. If y'all enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to let me know what y'all think about the verse of the day. Yeah. Y'all have a blessed day. I'm out.